Hello, how are you? It's been a crazy day today. Um, yeah, it's just been a really crazy day. Happy Monday. So today we're going to start with bookbinding. Bookbinding is going to be, I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 day project. And today we're going to lay out the things we're going to need to do the bookbinding. I've been watching a few other websites, or sorry, YouTube channels, and the one that I have been following pretty regularly is Sea Lemon. I will put a link down below or up in the corners on a card. Check her out. She does a lot of bookbinding. She does glue binding as well as sewing binding, and she has individual videos on different styles of sewing binding. And so I'm going to try a couple of those simple ones, and it's going to be fun. I really want to do this. I really want to make this book. I want to make a couple. So why don't we just get right into it? I'll grab some supplies. All right, let's do this. So getting started, I've got quite a bit of supplies already. I have needles. I've got the curved needle. I've got straight needles, carpet needles, sail needles, straight needles, other curved mattress needles. You need some to get curved needles to get in and around some of the bindings when you're doing the sewing. I have a couple of assortments of other needles here as well. These ones are stitching. These ones are just 12 assorted. Household needles that I just threw in here. I have another wonky I've got a curved needle there. I have some beeswax, a beeswax threader, so that I can use regular sewing thread. You just run it through, that way it doesn't get knotted up as quickly. I have an awl, and I don't know if that was on there or if it's part of the, if it's, what is that called? I can't remember what that's called. A thimble. Yeah, thimble. So, and then I've got the thread ripper. That's what it's called. So I have a few items here already. That's supposed to be on something. I don't know what that's supposed to be on. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. So I have needles. I have these binder clips to hold the papers together once I have them, the signatures stacked. And so I'm ready for that. So signatures, I want to do a watercolor signature, or at least a couple of pages. Yeah, so I'm going to do a signature with watercolor. So I'm going to use the Strathmore book. These are 9 by 12 sheets, and I'm going to make a pretty thick. So I'm going to do 2 pages. So that'll give me 4 pages if I fold it in half for a signature. So let's do that. These are awesome pages. So there's that. The watercolor are very heavy duty papers because they're going to be absorbing water, right? So that you can paint on them. So my watercolor signature is what's going to be the size of my book now. So the journal that I'm going to create is going to be 9 by 6 because it's a 9 by 12. That makes sense. Okay, this is a sketchbook. It's got lighter papers, so I could probably do a couple of signatures with this one. So I will do 1, 2, 3. I'll do 4 pages for this signature. I'll just rip them out. I'll cut off the edge at the top with my paper trimmer so that actually, where does the 12 meet? At the top. This is part of it. So it's actually going to be slightly smaller. It's going to be 11.5 by 9. So that's not a problem though, because I'm going to cut that edge off with my paper trimmer. The signature will be as wide as the watercolor then, which is fine. So let's do another 4 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll rip those out as well. And then I can put this sketch pad away. All right. So I have my 1 signature here. I have signature number 2. I'm just going to make this slightly smaller so that I can get my trimmer in there to cut that edge off. Same with this one. And I'm going to try and make this the same. If it's not the same, that's not a problem. I can trim it afterwards. But yeah, nope, they're identical. So that's brilliant. And then my 9 by, yeah, they're not going to be off that much. They actually look pretty good there on the edge. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm just going to do these 3 signatures for my journal. So now I have to come up with a cover. And I have some chipboard that I'm going to use for that. And I'm going to cut that down to the 6 by 9. So I'm going to do 6 by 9.25. That way it'll have a little bit of overlap here for the watercolor paper, and the drafting paper or the sketch paper then will be still inside the covers. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave it now. I've got papers done. So this was just quick and simple, giving you a quick overview on what's needed for the bookbinding, the papers, and how to make the signatures. My book I'm making is going to have 3 signatures. And I've got the needles, I've got thread, I've got the clips to keep it all together. I've got pretty much everything I need. And so tomorrow we'll punch some holes and start sewing it all together. What do you think? Is that going to be fun? I think it's going to be fun. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. And this was quick, but we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.